We're here with David, the farmer of destruction, Duran, and we're getting ready for the upcoming Get Down 1 MMA amateur fight promotion with Get Down Promotions. We're going to ask you a few questions, Dave. First off, where were you born?
I was born in Los Angeles, California. Queen of Angels, for all you that don't know, no longer exists, but yeah, that's where I was born.
What year were you born?
1985, same year as Super Mario Brothers, baby.
What city do you fight out of?
I fight out of Whittier, California, by way of Tustin as well, so, gotta mix it up.
How long have you fought out of Whittier?
I've been fighting out of Whittier for about 1.5 years, 2 years, ever since I've been fighting mixed martial arts. I have a Muay Thai background as well.
How about out of Tustin?
Out of Tustin, a little bit less than a year. I've had guys that are helping me out with my entire game. Christian the Beast Aguilera, Juliano Prado, Edgar, Adriano Nazal, Magno Almeida I train with as well. So, all those guys have helped me develop my MMA game to a different level.
Do you primarily train out of one gym, or do you train out of a number of gyms?
I train out of 3 gyms total. Total MMA, Rebel X Mixed Martial Arts, that's what it was formerly known as. It's Hoist Gracie Fitness Center now, and then La Habra Boxing. So I thank all the guys at all those gyms for helping me get to where I'm at.
What's special about those gyms that makes you want to train at each of those?
Specifically, everybody's bigger than me, so I'm always getting my butt kicked, so it's actually making me a better fighter, being around all these different guys that are just bigger generally than me, so try and put on weight to try and keep up with them, but at the end of the day I get to deal with the bigger, stronger guy at all times, so it helps me develop my game.
How long have you been competing in the sport of MMA?
I gotta say about a little bit under 2 years, so just developments in different fight promotions, before Camo as well. I had some fight with CSAC, just different programs going through have different requirements, so it's definitely been an experience.
What current MMA fighter most resembles your style of fighting, and why?
Honestly, as far as somebody resembling my style, I have to say, because I'm not as accomplished as them, I think I resemble a little bit more of their style, but it's kind of a mixture, man. There's not really one person specifically that my style kind of shadows. It's kind of just taking stuff from this guy and then just developing it into my own game. So I got to thank all the MMA fighters, pro guys that you see on TV, all those guys for developing into what they are today in order for me to continue to evolve into a newer era of mixed martial artists.
Do you have a certain MMA fighter that's out there nowadays that you respect more than any others? And why?
Honestly, if I had to go with one that I know personally, I have to say Magno Almeida. He's resilient and he's humble at the same time, and that's kind of hard to find. MMA is full of egos. Everybody can go to any MMA show and you just feel the egos in the air, and you feel the tension, and a lot of testosterone going around. But when I train with Magno, it's like he puts his ego to the side and helps me develop my game into being a better mixed martial artist as a whole. Even if it's just we're training jiu-jitsu, he'll help me develop something to where, okay, you can take this and transfer it into, ground and pound technique. But, he's really willing to put everything to the side to help you get better as a person.
Where do you see yourself in the sport of MMA 1 year from now?
Honestly, I try not to look to the future too much. MMA's about taking one opponent at a time. There's definitely a lot of guys that try and set long-term goals. I do that, but I don't choose to express those to too many people because it's kind of like the football analogy. You got to take it 1 yard at a time, 1 down at a time. So, in mixed martial arts, it's 1 leg kick at a time, 1 punch at a time, 1 reaction at a time. So I try not to think too far into the future.
Do you have anything that you want to achieve out of the sport of MMA before you stop fighting someday?
Honestly, I just want to be a successful mixed martial artist. Obviously everybody's goal is to sit back and try and make this a living and provide for their families through mixed martial arts. But a lot of people don't see the struggles that it takes. A lot of the guys nowadays have, they have full-time jobs. That they have to support a family. Some people are fortunate enough to not have a child or a wife or a girlfriend that's kind of hinkling in the background, like, hey, we need time too. So I gotta give my wife respect and my daughter respect for honestly putting up with me being out training, because they know that, you know, in MMA there's a time frame, a window of opportunity that you have to achieve what you're trying to gain in mixed martial arts. So,
What do you love about the sport of MMA?
diversity. Everybody has their own style. Not everybody can leg kick the same. Not everybody can throw a punch the same. So being able to adapt in the cage, being able to adapt in practice, different stuff like that is really what makes MMA such a different sport from everything else. A wide receiver can run the same route and be on a different team, but it's still the same route.
You're going to be fighting for in the initial Get Down 1 promotion for the first belt, the 135-pound belt. What can the fans expect to see from you on October 13th in the title fight?
I don't make any promises. The only promise I can make is that you're going to see a hell of a fight. You know, experience is definitely going to play a factor in this fight. You know, I believe his name is Eddie Sanchez. I'm pretty sure he's going to come bring in the fight as well. So you can expect a hell of a fight, man, and just know that the belt doesn't mean anything to me. I'm going out there to beat my opponent. The belt is just extra. It's just something to, you know, something pretty at the end. You know, but at the end of the day, there's another guy in front of me trying to take my head off.
Is there anybody else that you'd like to thank for where you are in the sport of MMA right now, other than those that you've already mentioned?
You know, I gotta mention them again. I gotta thank my wife, my daughter for sure. You know, all my coaches, training partners, all my sponsors. I've got a little slideshow for you guys. My sponsors, all right. There's All-Star Door Incorporated, California Alternative Healing Center, Stone Trade Las Vegas. Hold on, there's one more. Give me a second. All Source Container Incorporated. Thank you guys for all your support, as well as Too Ill Clothing. Go to tooillclothing.com. Check out the website. Duran, I see you, my boy. Thank you for everything. All my sponsors, mad love, and thank you to everybody that supported me throughout this adventure, man.
All right. Thanks, Dave. Good luck on October 13th.